One common occurrence is people are pulled over and a police officer suspects that they've been driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs or a combination of both. And the officer will actually be in the middle of his investigation when he first talks to the person. The investigation actually begins before the person is pulled over, where the officer is trained to watch how the person's driving or to look at the vehicle in motion and to see if there's any swerving or lane straddling, any problems controlling speed or braking, that type of thing. Once the officer contacts the person and smells the odor of alcohol, they move into the next stage of the investigation, where they typically will ask the person to get out of the car and start to conduct an investigation, asking questions about where the person was coming from, where they were going, what they had to eat or drink. And in doing this, they're building a case against somebody to prove later that they were impaired for purposes of driving. After they do a personal contact phase where they gather some information about the person, what they've had to drink, they then move into field sobriety tests where they actually do a screening to determine whether or not the person should be arrested. And when someone is pulled over and they have been drinking, the officers will typically have them go through a series or several different field sobriety tests. Typically they'll have a test where they check the eyes, they'll have them walk a line or an imaginary line, they'll have them raise 1 foot off the ground, and they will also do some other tests which may be tipping your head back, closing your eyes, and balancing. This whole process is what the officer is doing to build a DUI case against somebody. And at the conclusion of the field sobriety test, they typically will make a decision whether or not they want to actually arrest somebody. And if somebody has been drinking, more likely than not, they are going to go ahead and make a decision that the person is impaired, and that's just the officer's opinion, and that is typically enough to justify a lawful arrest. The person will then be placed into custody, handcuffs will be put on them, and they will be put in the back of the police car and transported to a police station or a hospital for further testing. So that's normally what will happen if somebody has been drinking and is pulled over.